I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Metaphor ReFantazio. For anyone who might be wondering, I'm not going to stop playing Dragon's Dogma 2 or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm going to finish those, but there's just new games coming out that I also want to play. So here we are. I should also point out that I played the demo up to a certain point, towards the very end of the demo, and then I stopped. So a lot of the prologue, I already know what's going to happen. Case in point. Save data from the demo version of the game found. Fetch data from the demo version. No, we're going to restart.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
Oh boy. What should I put in? Yeah, I'm gonna name the protagonist something different, so let's just go with this. Blade, yes.
Ah, a most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
Not always.
More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe.
Sure.
I confess, my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come. And thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself. So, let this tale begin.
Oh boy, difficulty. Okay. So this game is made by the same people who did Persona. And those games are, at least for me, notoriously difficult. What was I playing 3 Reload on? Was that hard? This difficulty can be changed later on. Okay. Let's go with hard, and if it gets too rough, then we'll drop it down to normal. Yes.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming, mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How'd they get one of those?
Come on, hey, keep it moving. Hurry it up. Next one. Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder.
So he is. No horns, no knife ears.
Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy.
Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like us.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
I feel as though we're missing out on plot.
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Louis saving
I
us?
want to know more about what's happening up there on the ridge. No, we had to be kicked down here.
Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
What mission?
What mission?
Oh yeah, I guess I don't have to read that aloud. The main character can do that now.
Come on. This is no time for jokes. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
Tradia Desert. Okay.
Think we'll make it?
You don't look hurt, though, so that's good news. You can move, right? I'm thinking we should find a place where we can see the whole area. Basic controls. Yeah, okay, cool. Movement keys to okay. Alright, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, very useful, thank you. Some actions you can perform, and their corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also use the menu map to see which way to go, okay. Tutorials in the menu, okay.
Let's go.
Stop. Wait, I'm sensing something close. Don't move.
Watch out.
Sandworm Volmo? Yeah, look, those look especially dangerous, so watch out. I don't think they've noticed us yet, though. Phase Sight. Press L2 to use Phase Sight. This ability lets you see Gallica's senses in the environment. See what Gallica senses on the... Okay. L2. Alright. When you see an enemy you've never confronted before, it'll show as unknown. Prepare as best you can.
Okay.
Unknown sandworm. Okay.
Yikes. I think we're in a little over our heads.
Oh, jeez. Oh, look. Chimera.
Stay vigilant.
What does that say?
These ones aren't messing around.
Manjula. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, my God! That was a lot faster than I thought it would be.
Look. Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Refresh my memory.
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives?
I still have yet to refresh my memory on.
First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs, or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Right.
It's as though music is playing directly into my mind. The effects of Gallica's magic is inspiring. Right, so her magic is putting music in my head.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier. Look! Over there!
That's a road, isn't it? What a relief. Grand Trad is already in sight.
Let's go.
Almost there. Let's keep moving and try to stay out of sight.
Got a sec?
How much of this space is actually explorable? I bet you can't go much farther than the big mushroom-shaped rocks, huh? Is there a dash button? Can I run faster?
Yikes.
Oh, no, that's the minimap.
I don't like this. Great find. Keep it.
Okay. Okay. What now?
Not good. Run for it.
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
O great seeker, bearer of fantasy empowered. Hear my wish and come forth from the epoch of glory to grant me thy something.
Whoa, just look.
Whoa.
Some weird looking clouds.
Get on with it then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We've gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even. Capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
That's some worth executing words, I bet.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
Are those medieval vape pens?
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
That's interesting.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best. The saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening?
No, I'm daydreaming about plot.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. Me and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
Do you know where you're going? Feel free to admit that you're lost and ask me for advice. Press R1 to open the local map. If you're unsure of what to do, try pressing triangle. Gallica always has good ideas, or so she thinks. Press up in a safe area like in safe areas like towns to save your progress. Let's do that right now.
I do.
Stop!
May I ask you to step away from the accumulator? That goes double for one of your tribe. Accumulator? Looks like you don't know anything. How pathetic. If you have no business here, then be gone. You're getting in the way of my work. Why elders? Oh, yeah, okay. People not liking me. Alright. How far will you let me? Okay.
Hey!
Up ahead is Sunshade Row. That's where we see the gallows and those saw the gallows and those beggars. Let's not go there without good reason. Okay. So it seems much like in the demo, she's not going to let me go very far.
That's terribly unfair. But what is there to do now?
That was no ordinary animal. There were traces of something gargantuan crawling about after all. So many rumors concerning monsters in the wasteland. Why, it's all you hear about these days.
That's not what I...
True, but I read about them in Julian's book. It claims there aren't any near the royal capital yet.
That's terribly unfair.
Okay.
Well met,
eh? What? Ooh. Here we are, Grand Trad. Frankly, I don't have good things to say for how Parapus are treated here. We know, we don't need you telling us. We got attacked by a monster in our hometown. We have no choice but to come here. Regardless of how we're treated here, we gotta make it work.
What's going on?
Oh yeah, just about everyone in this cart is Parapus. Oof. Elda, you walked all the way here? Don't tell me you ran into some trouble, huh? Oh, hold on. Probably kicked out of the carriage, were you? My sympathies. That's being Elda for you, I suppose.
Elden rubbish.
Is there anyone else I can listen in on? You two? You have to believe me. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. A monster was attacking a town and... Oh, come on. He didn't say, oh, come on. If any of that were true, the army would have already been dispatched. Enough of your daft stories.
That's terribly
You probably just got spooked by a wild dog and mistook it for a monster. A normal man would have just moved on, and yet here you are harping on about it. Some big ears. Ah, it's an Elda! Why is one of your kind here in Grand Trad? What's wrong with me being here? Isn't it obvious? The church has made it clear. The Elda wield devilish magic that defies the teachings of the sanctism. Devilish magic, she says. If you were so magical, I doubt you'd have it so hard in life. She's aggravating, but let's not cause a scene. Okay. So as per usual, the church is the bad guy. Okay. Look over there, you can see the royal palace. No wait, that's not right. That's where the Grand Cathedral is. At least I assume, since it's off the main street.
And what is it?
Seems to me sanctism is the really privileged thing around here, even more so than the monarchy.
So you...
An Elda, huh? Pretty unusual in these parts. Oh, not trying to be rude, just mind yourself, the city ain't the friendliest to us inferiors. Appreciate the advice? Yeah, be careful, or they'll get to you. Words. Yeah, be careful, or they'll get to you. Get you too. Words. Just like us, Parapus. Whenever I see Parapus, I want to say Papyrus. Anyway, I'm out of time for this episode, so we gotta end it here. And then we'll talk to this person. So with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye!